The list of private companies cutting ties with Russia is mounting. Visa, Mastercard, and American Express are boycotting business there. TikTok is blocking users on its platform in Russia, and Netflix announced it has suspended service.
Toyota says that they are putting a halt to its factory in production in Russia. This comes as the vehicle imports into the country have been suspended indefinitely.
Accounting firms KPMG and PricewaterhouseCoopers both announced they are exiting Russia due to the invasion.
From now on, it's just Stoli, the maker of the vodka, which has been marketed as Russian vodka, is launching a major rebranding in direct response to the war in Ukraine. Now, Stoli Group has announced that it will only use Slovakian sources to avoid Russian ingredients.
Yeah, that's how bad it's gotten. Even vodka doesn't want anything to do with Russia anymore. Just think about that. Can you imagine if hand gestures announced that they wanted nothing to do with Italy? It's a too toxic. So yeah, no Toyota, no credit cards, no Netflix. It's almost like all of Russia is being forced to spend the weekend at their broke dad's house. But unfortunately, none of this has stopped Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Probably because none of it actually affects Putin. This is what people don't realize. Sanctions are bad for the country, but this doesn't affect Putin. Because, I mean, Putin doesn't drive a Toyota. Putin doesn't watch Netflix or use credit cards. You think this man pays? This man hasn't paid for anything in like 20 years. Which waiter has the balls to bring Vladimir Putin the check? Will you be paying by cash or card? Will you be paying with your life? Okay, well, I guess we'll see you guys next time. All right, then. Have a good night. Drama. Yeah, if anything, people, the war has only gotten more intense. Russia has made major gains in southern Ukraine and looks like it may totally surround the capital of Kiev this week. So the Ukrainian people are in a very bad place right now, which is why it's been so inspiring to see how they're still telling the Russian invaders to go themselves.
Thousands of people taking to the streets to rail against their Russian occupiers in a show, really, that while Russian forces might be able to take some of these towns and cities, occupying them will be much more difficult. In Kherson, Ukraine, defiance. Residents woke up under Russian occupation and took to the streets. Go home. There's no vodka here, this man says. This woman, draped in her country's colors, stands firm. We are not afraid. We are together, she says.
Some incredible video out of Kherson, Ukraine, where a Ukrainian protester jumped onto a Russian military vehicle waving his country's flag. There it is right there.
Yeah, people, in the face of mortal danger, many Ukrainians are standing up and saying, we won't back down. I mean, did you see that one guy? He climbed right on top of a tank, which is insane. It's also insane how tanks have like zero defenses against that. If you're in front of a tank, it's terrifying. Ah! But then once you get on top, the tank is like, get off. Stop that. Stop that. And this really shows you the difference between capturing a city and controlling a city. You see, capturing a city is easy. You send in more tanks than the other team, and then boom, it's yours. But if you can't stop the old man in town from coming out and roasting you, have you really won? Yeah, you haven't. You haven't really won the invasion if your soldiers are coming back home like, we took the city, but now everyone is being mean to me. Ukrainians are braving this invasion with defiance and courage. And there was one specific Ukrainian that a British reporter caught up with who seems to know the secret to not just coping with the possible destruction of your country, but smiling while doing it.
Tell me quickly, are you all right?
I'm all right.
And how many people are trapped in there?
Legalized, 420. American?
British. How many more?
Cannabis legalized in Great Britain.
Pardon?
Is cannabis legalized in Great
I don't know whether cannabis is licensed. I'm glad that's all you're thinking about.
Yeah, you guys can have Zelensky. I just found my favorite Ukrainian. Yeah, because you see that guy? Like, I don't know about you. When I smoke weed, I can barely handle the stress of the doorbell ringing. This guy's in a war zone, getting questioned by a journalist, and he's chilled AF. In fact, he's questioning her. Let me ask you some questions. Hey, let me ask you. Like, she's flustered, like, wait, what's going on here? I almost think this guy doesn't even know that there's a war going on, you know? He probably thinks that he's got some really good kush. I should have had half the brownie, man. I'm seeing tanks everywhere. God damn.